Hello. Hello, everyone. Hello out there in TV land. Welcome back. Amnesia, The Dark Descent.
Inconceivable!
Oh, I better hit enter there. Inconceivable.
Kept you waiting, huh?
AG, Quad, Tyler, look at that. Get in here. Everyone get in here. All aboard. Game has improved along the way quite a bit. And I want to pause for a moment on this menu to remind ourselves what an indie project this really was. When you think about the resources that it was made with and that its framework is so basic, they really did a good job. Although some might argue it hasn't aged as well. Maybe some of the scares. I know I complained a lot getting into this game. I want to start today in a different mindset from yesterday. I didn't know what I was getting into, and I didn't connect with it so well. Daniel was getting scared before I had a chance to get scared. We had just played some games recently that may have been inspired by earlier work in the genre like this. So it's only natural that some of the games we've been playing recently are an evolved version of many of these game systems. I don't want to be too critical of seeing this in its early form. And it's improved throughout the first chapter. There are only 3 chapters, turns out, in this game. We're in the second one, but we're about halfway through the game, as best I can tell. The Shadow, it's close now. It's me, a big boss. Really good to see you all already. Hey, Darth, greetings. Playing the game currently and you're stuck? You're playing this game currently and you're stuck? Do you think you are ahead of me already? If you're not that far in, I might be able to give you some feedback. I don't know how much I remember. I think I have amnesia for this place. But we are Daniel, and we are trying to get to the inner sanctum to kill... What's the name of the person we're supposed to kill? Now, the person who told us to kill... That's ourself. We told ourselves to go kill someone in the inner sanctum, and then we drank something and wiped our own memory. Hey there, Tomalak. Almost on time this time. I am trying to get into the cistern. If I understand correctly. Where does that mean we are? I don't know. We've been through the refinery. We've been to storage. We've been to refinery. So we're no longer at the front hall, which was kind of a hub area. We're no longer at the front hall. We're now in the back hall. You know this room. You're a bit further. You're on chapter 3. Okay. Dude! Hey, dude. Doing well. We are in the prison. Thank you, KG. We're in the prison. And, that's right. We were dropping everything into acid at the end of the stream yesterday. I determined I'm not going to drop one more glass in here because I don't... We have 2? Okay, I'll drop 1 in since we have 2. Here's where we're at. The bottleneck is too narrow for the flask to be filled without spilling the acid. But a glass container is an ideal vessel. There's a lock. There's a couple locks in this area. 1 or 2 of them say they're in excellent condition, but another one is a worn lock. And when I try to use the hammer on it, it says it needs to be weakened further before we can use... Maybe we'll be able to use the hammer, but we can't use it yet. And the drill's a no-go. Said the drill's not strong enough. And I have this hollow needle, which I keep thinking if we could find some rubber hose, hollow needle, maybe we... but we wouldn't need the needle. Anyways, if we had some rubber hose, we could probably get acid into the glass bottle. And maybe it's not rubber hose that we need, but that's where I stopped yesterday. I was going around in circles. And I'm not sure I've brought anything new to the table today. But it seems like we're going to take some acid in a glass bottle over to a lock, weaken the lock, bash the lock, and get into the cistern and proceed. So Darth, yeah, you said you know this room, you're a bit further in. You think you're on chapter 3. Which means you must be pretty close to the end. I'd like to finish this today. Here's what's going to happen with today and Monday. If we get real stuck, we don't finish today. We'll finish this Monday. What I prefer to do is finish today, and I'm going to take an extra day off Monday, because I rarely take 2 days off in a row, and we're doing a 12-hour stream for Halloween on Tuesday, starting early. Maybe average. That means 16 for me. Yes, I always look up averages, and I rarely come in at the average. I'm closer to doubling the average that you see on How Long to Beat than I am to making the average. I don't always double it, but I rarely make it. So I'm saving that glass bottle, and I don't know what to do with it.
Patching it through.
Hey, thank you for the host. Misbehave, thank you for the host. Soul Escape, thank you for the auto host.
Message coming in.
Popping up here. KG,
Patching
thank you
it
too for the host. Thank you all for the host love. So review of what we're doing with this. Blind playthrough, no spoilers, of course, but also no tips and backseating. Unless I specifically ask, and I know that's a pain in the ass. Damn it, Jay, we can never tell if you want to know something or not. I know, it sucks. Well, we can do it like that, or I can just say nothing. I'd like to try and be flexible. And sometimes I need help. So if I ask something specific, I'll be very clear about that. Otherwise, please try and hold everything back. So I'm not far from asking, but I'm going to look around a little bit since I haven't yet today. Thinking about a glass bottle and how to get acid into the bottle if the neck is too narrow. Like we can't scoop it. And I can't think of anything off the top of my head besides tubing. So if it's not tubing, if it's like a funnel, I don't know. We're gonna just look around a bit. How are we doing on oil? Not great. How are we doing on sanity? Slight headache. A few cuts and bruises. We have a few laudanum. And tinder? How are we doing on tinder boxes? 13. Not great. Mementos. There's a barrel filled with acid in the kitchen. And a gate leading out of this area, which is to the cistern, is locked by a worn padlock. If we could just get acid to that lock in a glass bottle, we have access to.
Find her!
This is a different door, not the one we need to open. Padlock in excellent condition. For now, I assume that means we can't go through it. We crawled out of this yesterday. I'm disinclined to crawl back through that. Have to. It's gonna be a while before I decide to check that out. So we initially went left and did all this stuff over there and eventually backtracked and discovered the kitchen and the vat of acid. I think we've found 3 of 3 diary entries in this area. We really are just looking for something to do with the bottle and the acid. And I gotta remember where some of that is too. So if I need to run back there, the hole down the way. What do you all think of this game so far? I know some of you have played it, but especially if it's new, or it's new for me. I thought it was a slow start, and it's growing on me. It's a little unpolished, But if you think about how it was made as an indie title, that team, the resources they had, it's really quite good. And a lot of the systems in this type of game that we may have come to take for granted weren't old hat when this was made. And they were thinking this shit up at the time. Penumbra, Amnesia, so on. Wow, you really like it. And the other Amnesia game as well, Machine for Pigs. Darth, like it? The atmosphere. Hey now. Maybe I haven't been... What's back here? Maybe... Nothing's ever what I think it is. There's this spiral staircase. I know where the cistern exit is. It's here. And I mapped that out yesterday from this chair. This chair marks the hall, at the end of which is the exit we need. The cistern exit. Here's the padlock. It's in very poor condition. If we try and hammer it, padlock won't break. It needs to be weakened further. I'm quite sure that's what the acid's for. How to get it here. How to get it in the bottle so we can get it here. This central area has a circular staircase. Not good. Why are you running through molasses? I saw that shit. I would go, 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 go. I just passed the cistern hallway. And... oh, shit. A body in one of these. Yeah, there's a corpse. We spent a fair bit of time here yesterday. I don't have it all mapped out, but a lot of this is familiar now. That was a brute. What do we call that thing? I think that's the thing on my break screen. But I've avoided getting a close look on purpose. One of the things on the break screen. So let me think of... I gotta think of a good question to ask. And then I'll ask it. Should have come prepared. So while I think I'm coming back down, this should be towards the kitchen. There was our hole. Kitchen down that way.
Help her.
Locked doors.
Find a way.
It's not anything. That. Yeah. All right, let's play 20 questions. They're one at a time. I'll put them in chat, just so we're clear on what the question is. They're gonna be like yes or no questions, mostly. SMS immersion break. Immersion break. Do over. We'll restart the game. It's okay. Sorry for the ding. We'll just restart. From the beginning of yesterday? Is that good? Yes, no. The thing I'm looking for. Is it in the kitchen? I'm looking for something... No, okay. Yes, no. Is it in this area? Let me ask that better. Hold on, let me ask that better. Is it in this area without crawling back through the hole? segment the level here because there was a lot of shit before the hole too. That might be a hard question to answer too. I'll show you what I mean about the hole again. We crawled, maybe we could go through it. I remember it being, we were being chased when we ended up crawling through the hole that brought us out to this area. This is how we entered this part of the level. Don't quite know how to answer that. All right, well. Okay, let's try something different. Without saying where it is, go ahead and tell me what I'm looking for to get the acid into the bottle. Because, you know, I think if I was Daniel, I'd have that figured out by now. You know what I would do? I'd break the top off of one bottle and you have a cup and you scoop it carefully without burning your fingers, and a glass jar. Okay, so not the bottle. There's bottles there to serve as an example, but I need to find something with a wide mouth. And that's, okay, that's what they meant by no good. Think like Mr. White. Like I said, if we had control in games sometimes, we would get over that wall where our character can't, because it's important that the character can. We would get over the wall, and it would change everything. A glass jar. Well, I don't think there are jars here, just bottles. I could turn a bottle into a wide mouth. And if we had that many to break, I'm sure we could break one without shattering it. But that's not the point, is it? So here, let's drop another one in. And we know what it says. Wonder if I can break the, can I break the neck of a glass bottle in this game? Sort of. Not gonna work. So we need an actual glass jar. These are like burlap sacks, flour or something. Glass jar. Well, I'll look in other rooms for a glass jar. I'm pretty sure there's no glass jar in here. You said what I'm looking for isn't in the kitchen. Down that hallway. Let's crawl back through the hole and see what's up. Wish I could... My save instinct is kicking in. That's not how it works. If we get stuck on the other side here, running from something... You know, about this. We took a fork in the hole. I remember, I went this way. We came in from here and I went right. I remember thinking left or right, left or right. Going this way. Is this another hole we can clear? No. That's a dead end. So we came from down here. Hey,
Cool,
C-Star.
everybody, I'm here.
About to say your sound going off, but you must have seen. Look down right after you typed welcome. Hello there. We are in a very dark place. Oh, that's a hole in the ground. We're not going back up there. Very good to see you. Like a drink from Quad, an Alabama Slammer. Have a drink on good items. Hey, Rex. Rex, you looking forward to Resident Evil 7? Okay, forget going back through the hole. Unless it's laying out in the hall, there's nothing down here. No glass jar there. Let's start walling some things off. Not there, not there, not there. Although that's the kitchen with the acid. But we need to bring a glass jar. We can't use the bottles on the shelf in there. Nothing in the hall here. funky about this dead end. Can't move anything. Alright. Storage. Our favorite place. I was wondering if that passage we crawled through might have others connecting to it, or just other passages that came out in different places. That sure looked like the exit. Last time we saw the grunt thing. Root grunt. I think. Fucking in there? Oh, that's nice. Hissing roaches. If you weren't here yesterday, name as hissing roaches. That's twice. We've seen him down this way in two different forms. He's still around. You see her one there to the left. You can check out. Find this.
4th of August, 1839.
Oh, we had them all.
The nightmares woke me in the early morning, and for a moment I forgot where I was. Shortly after, there was a knock on my door. Alexander had heard my screams and asked me to join him in the parlor. As we drank our tea, Alexander began to tell me what he knew. It seems like the orb I found casts a long and dark shadow. It's not only a powerful item, but a dangerous one. Simply by touching it, you invoke the powers within, and if you are too weak to control it, it will devour you. The shadow is a sluggish thing, lagging behind the wielder, killing anyone or anything in its path to reclaim the orb. I said I didn't care about its powers, and that I should throw it away. Alexander advised against this, as I'd still be a part of the path to the orb, and eventually suffer death. Having the orb, I would at least have the chance to fight back when the time came. I asked Alexander what he meant when he said he could protect me. And he answered that things can be done, but at a price.
Kind of want to check that room. Area cellars 4. Whether or not we ran through here yesterday, I can't say. I think we did. This is another excellent condition log.
Message for you, Commander. Just came in over a secure channel.
I will happily bob my head in the dark here. Pretend I'm not half scared, shitless. T-Star, thank you. Thank you for your sub. Thank you for all your support. Woo! Happy day. Oh, happy day. Look what we got. Brad. Why am I still using the... I'm just burning oil. Light is nice. Light is nice. Thank you for the help with this. The glass jar holds the acid safely. Yes! Yes! Fucking, he's coming. Get me out of here. Moving that orb was like pushing a star in the night sky. It wasn't supposed to happen. The shadow isn't some vengeful spirit. It is the universe catching up with itself. Well, now we're off to a good start.
So you used the drain sewers as a means of transport?
Yes, they were built to divert water from an underground spring and are quite spacious. It seemed only natural to incorporate it into the overall structure.
But we won't be using it.
Not today. The flow is seasonal, and when the spring runs dry, the damp tunnels produce a rather poisonous type of fungi. There is an antidote, of course, but we won't be bothering with it today. Come, this way instead. We're almost there.
Antidote. Antidote. How smooth is the console version? Because this PC version on hardware many years newer than the game is pretty choppy. About half the time. It's smooth at times, but it's also choppy about half the time. And so be it. Lever is stuck. It needs to be greased. Well, we don't have grease, but notice how we did keep the glass jar. I wouldn't be surprised if that jar gets filled with grease. There's a door up there. Ladders, some platforms. And I think almost what... I don't know what's up on the platform. It looked like a lever, but I think that was forced perspective. Already tried that door, and then there's a low door over here too. So at least 3 doors coming out of this besides the one we came in. Won't budge. last time we went in the water wasn't so good. The water is too deep to traverse safely. I mean, last time we went in the water was probably my favorite part of the game. It was scary as hell. Jim, you got a weird headache? Wow, you stole our headache. Daniel is crystal clear. He usually has a bit of a headache. I think you stole it. I'm sorry that you took our headache. You can give it back if you want. It's to be greased. Well, maybe we can find some grease in here. That's why I was looking at the... What? I mean, it's water, but maybe it's greasy water? Doesn't seem to be. Hey, see? Wasn't such a bad idea, was it? Oil. There's oil coming out of this. Hey. WD-40 incoming. Broken pipe is blocking the ladder. However, it got somewhat damaged by the impact. One more time. Hello, Rango. We don't have legs. We don't have a body. We are an apparition. The beautiful wild orchid seemed a testament to nature's strength, being able to grow inside Brandenburg. Alas, it was Alexander's studies and care which enabled the flower to blossom. Cheers, Rango. New PS4. I bet you're stoked.
Herbert, how did we find this place?
An old friend back in Algiers gave me a map.
Why isn't he with us? Didn't he want to come?
He wanted to, Daniel, but things don't always turn out the way we planned.
Valves. do. It could be cleaner, but you know what? It's just we won't touch it. You have lights on, or are you watching it in the dark? Machine, 13th January, 1799. The work I've put into this machine is unequaled by the reasoning of any man. The thought that generations of men have passed away since I first attempted to reconstruct the design is most tiring. The limitations of this world have made my work incredibly difficult. It has forced me to build the thing almost 100 times larger than the delicate contraption it tries to emulate. Not to mention the flow of tamed lightning crudely replaced by pressured steam pushing its way through pipes and turbines. It shames me to think of what the inventor would have thought of my monster. Where he works with a magnifying glass to carefully fix all the parts, I push 5 men to erect a tower of wrought iron in the hopes it will have even the tiniest hint of the power found in a traveler's locket. Well, that's intriguing. May or may not be relevant, but that looks like a loose gear up there. More levers. Many, many levers. A wooden crank. The other levers were in a mix of up and down positions. Those were all in the up position. Wooden crank, huh? Crank. We need information. To enter the sewer, it must first be drained. Drained. So, like a bilge pump or something. We're gonna need to know a few things about turning them on. We could just start pulling levers. It could go very badly. Before I start pulling levers without instructions, I'm gonna look for instruction. See how long that lasts. Valves. More valves. Huh. Dark streams remind you should clean your laptop screen. Yeah, if you've got your lights on, Tom, like you said you did, I'm sure this is very difficult to see anything in. Even in the dark, a lot of things intentionally lack detail, or they're obscured by the blur effects, and I usually turn off motion blur. But in this game, the blur effect is used as part of the sanity effect. So you lose a lot if you turn it off. What it means is a lot of things look kind of muddy. Like, I don't see texture there. You probably don't see any texture there. I don't see any texture there either. I have a cursor I could move. Here, like in here, it's just black. There's like a little gray, and then I can kind of start to make out bricks over here. There's no detail. So maybe it's not that different what we're seeing. I don't want to go back into the cistern. Oh no. Oh hell no. I don't want to go back into the cistern. Mostly dark. One of the problems with turning brightness up is things just look gray. Let me turn the brightness up for a second and show you what I mean. So here's his vision just adjusted. Back in here. So after a few seconds, his vision adjusts, and that looks kind of bluish to me. We crank up the brightness. I probably won't keep. I just want to play with it. You're not supposed to be able to see a box here. You should be able to see a box here. We adjusted this yesterday. I can see a box here, but it's pretty dark. And anything brighter, I don't know. Can you see? It's not supposed to be clear, but can you tell there's a box on the right? The instructions are to not be able to see the box on the right. Just barely. Okay, you're not supposed to be able to. You're not supposed to be able to. So you say just barely. I can also see it. I took it up 2 notches. Let's go to just 1. I can still kind of see it. Did it disappear for you? We could try it right there. It's still there. So this is where we were. And if it finally disappears for you, it also disappeared for me. I can't see that there's a box there anymore. But this is where we were. So the darkness is kind of where it's supposed to be. Unless we want to just turn it up. But it doesn't make things look clearer. It just kind of makes them look gray. If we turn it up, black becomes gray, and things still are hard to see. Cool. I know it's especially with all our different screens and Twitch in the middle, it's hard to balance everything, but we played with it a little bit yesterday. And I don't have instructions yet. We have this wood crank thing, but I don't have instructions. Must be drained. Oh hell, let's start turning some valves for fun. Who knows? Stuck in its position. Stuck? Stuck. Okay. Turn all the things. Stuck. It doesn't say stuck, but it's not turning. Same. It's just not wanting to turn. Okay, something's happening. A weight. It raised a weight. Any others? Are they broken? Oh, this one should work too. Raise 2 weights. This one's detached, right? No, not detached, just angle. Right then. Whatever that did. We'll even use those. That have any effect on these? And we pull on these. Got levers somewhere. Levers on both sides. Yes. That would be yes. Yes! Absolutely. What have I done? I'm totally making this up as I go along. Fun, Tyler, when stuff comes together, isn't it?
Is that you?
Hey, RoboCrow.
What are you doing?
Hey, you must embrace. 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 Good. Good ear. Trying to engage my puzzle brain. Yeah, it's gotten more interesting. I've gotten more used to it, and at times it's gotten scary. Proper scary. Alright, before I go back through the thing. No way it's on purpose. I mean, the slow start, I doubt they intended for it to be an awkwardly slow start. Now that's stuck in position. They're all stuck this time. After I was able to manipulate this one after sinking that all the way. I was able to pull it part way out, drop it back, and now it's stuck. And everything on the other side is stuck. Go test why that might be. What's up here? I forgot what's up here. Just snagged alien isolation. Good luck, my man. Fun with that one. These were all stuck before already. Perfect. These we were able to turn, and we raised these weights. But I don't know that this has anything to do with the levers below. Nevertheless, I'm going to bring these down as far as it'll let me. Take the tension off them even. I'm just experimenting. I figured there would be some documentation, and I still think there is, and I just haven't found it. So I'm just messing with things anyways. Okay. The slack off. Before I go back, taking this last time I raised them, if I lower them, does it have any effect on the other side here? Still stuck, still stuck, still stuck. These two sides don't seem to have anything to do with each other. Or at least the controls don't affect the controls on the other side. But over here, I'm not as convinced. Still stuck, but wasn't stuck a minute or 5 ago. Still stuck. We heard a voice in our head, whether it was our own voice or Alexander or whoever it was. We, Daniel, heard someone. Man, this wood crank, what was that? I think it still is. Brad, the Amnesia collection on PlayStation Plus, I think it still is for the month. Or is it over? And I'm wondering if this might have played more smoothly. If that version might play more smoothly, but it's okay. This wood crank. I want to find something to do with that. Darth, you think that's where you're at or where we're at here? Like a note around or something I haven't seen because I haven't lit anything in this area. I thought there was enough light. Maybe if we light some stuff up, I'll see something I'm missing. A little over halfway. That's what I figured going into today. I'm gonna close this. Still have the drill. We still have the hammer. Things that we don't need anymore have disappeared on many occasions. We still have a glass jar, even after not just the acid, but the oil. And a wooden crank. A crank for a machine. Well, we have parts of a machine all around us here. Valves and levers. Where to attach the crank? Have fun, Darth. See ya. Good luck. raise these back up because I want to. I don't think it doing anything for the levers. But I did think that at one time. Maybe we'll try the levers again. Anyways, because I don't have any fresh ideas yet. KG, that's perfect. I haven't, Tyler, I haven't seen any of it. I saw 2 commercials yesterday back to back. One was for Origins. What was the other one? Mario? What was the other one? It might have been Mario. If it was, that was the first thing I've seen. I got so much stuff bouncing around in my head these days. I don't watch too many previews and trailers. Partly because I want to go in blind, but also I guess I'll get there eventually. Then I don't, and then replay it. It's fine. I really don't want to go back into the cistern. But I will ask one question here. Yes, no. Do I need to backtrack into cistern to work to drain the sewer? The best Mario since Sunshine? Mario. Still never played Sunshine. I'm years behind on my Mario games. Addykins. It's a definite maybe. Yes, but not yet. Yes, but not yet. Yes, but not yet. Not yet. Crap! And... yay? That good, huh? Well, I may have to play it at some point then. These rooms seem pretty clear that there's nothing extra in them. Now, I could be wrong. But as I get tired of backtracking into these rooms, I don't think I'm actually missing anything in these rooms. Still can't move these levers. They're done. What I accomplished in here was lowering this. Whether or not it had anything to do with the counterweights, with the weights on chains, I don't know. That room with the weights and chains had some similar grates in the ceiling above it. But these are now fixed. The ones on the other side are fixed. Chapel area. Holes. Are these holes in the wall? Maybe just cosmetic. I didn't find anything in this area. There's a lot of steam venting from pipes in this level, but I haven't found any that I can interact with. There's nothing in here. There is that gear, though. I noticed that gear when we came in. Let me throw some stuff at that and see if it falls down. Not budging. Sheet, drill, hammer, jar, needle, It just stands out too much. I bet we're gonna use that gear sometime. Can't seem to get it right now. Like maybe climb up there. I don't know if I can build a platform and get up there. There are a lot of blocks. They bet us do some weird things in this game. Playing Jenga. Yeah, I've never seen we don't have any body parts that I'm aware of in this game. We could be an apparition. We could be a ghost. Well, this was a neat idea, I think, but it also can't be right. I mean, do you have to perfectly stack every box to make a tall enough step stool to get up there? It's neat, but that's not right. Come on, that can't be right. Well, I thought it was a neat idea. It just seems implausible that they would want the player to so carefully manipulate the boxes and build stairs that you would get up there and then what? Grab the board? Maybe grab the board and move it and then the gear falls down and then I don't know. I'm making this shit up. I just pulled all that out of my ass, right? Good. Just checking. See, you never can tell. I did block this gate with some random boxes, so now it doesn't close. And we used a 6-pack of juice in Silent Hill to dislodge a bag of trash. So, you know, game logic. Gotta check. Thought it was a good idea. Now let's build one to get up to this ceiling. We've got a couple pieces of pipe here, but they don't, we're not putting them in our inventory. I don't think they're going to be used in the environment. I don't think we're doing any steam pipe work. With all the levers locked, I'm about ready to give up even trying again to move levers. We moved some, we did something, it's now locked. Stop trying to pull levers. We can still move one set of valves, weights on chains. You're chomping at the bit, aren't you? You would love to tell me where I'm stuck. I would love to know. I'm not asking you. Believe me, I want to know. I just want to figure it out. And so I'm looking around and going, How hard can it be to see what I'm missing? Hindsight, it'll make perfect sense. Once you tell me, it'll make perfect sense. But right now, I see weights I can't move, valves I can't turn, steam pipes I can't attach, stairs to nowhere, gears on the floor above us, big machinery plungers, one of which I moved, lots of boxes everywhere. I have a wooden turn handle, but nowhere I've spotted to attach it. And I absolutely don't want to go back to the cistern, but it sounds like later we'll need to. Okay, later. If not now, that means whatever I'm not finding is right around me. Go in circles. Careful to look up and down places I might not normally look. These are the ones I can turn, and they affect those weights. When we first came in, they were in slightly different positions. Maybe one of them was half up. I've raised them all, I've lowered them all, and I have no instructions that indicate doing anything with them that I can think of. I do have a light, but we have limited fuel. In fact, it's about to go out. I have 6 more units of fuel for it. But here, let's take this out. It'll go out on its own in about a few seconds because it's almost out. There it goes. Now if I try and pull it out, it won't come out until I go manually refill it. And 1 unit of fuel is about 1/5 of the lantern. So I really only have 1 full lantern. But I try not to fill it all up, otherwise I'll waste it without paying attention. Wooden crank. I'd love to find something to attach it to. Alright, let me ask another question. Yes, no. Can the crank be used in this area? Not going back to sister. Doesn't really make sense, but right anyways. This thing's stuck. Maybe we can hammer them loose. No, not the levers. Maybe I can hammer the levers. It's stuck in position, but Addy, the game has sanity effect. So in addition to health, few cuts and bruises, sometimes we're bleeding badly. We do have laudanum for heals. Haven't used much of that. Sanity though, when we're in the dark, and this is a very well lit area, we may not feel well lit, but compared to much of the game, this is a very well lit area. When we're in the dark, our sanity decreases. When we're being stalked, our sanity decreases. Then we start having visual hallucinations, auditory hallucinations. Sometimes we can't move right. A number of things start to happen. You don't need to use the crank in this area anymore. Yeah, like Eternal Darkness. I was asking quite a bit yesterday, Eddie, if anyone had played Eternal Darkness. Only way you can answer that question. You don't need to use the crank in this area anymore. Boy, okay. Wow. It was for the heavy gate. For the heavy gate. So we wouldn't have gotten this gate open without the crank? I never pulled it out. I never used it manually. This seemed like one where we just turned it. Heavy gate. You mean a different gate? for that gate. Open the boxes. I can't inspect much of the machinery or piping. Something behind these. Stuck, but it wasn't. Hey. Yeah, I'm at a total loss. I guess I should ask for more general tip. But I'll go ahead. Big. How about one more general tip? Yes. It's stuck, yet it moved. Yeah, it had two positions. We were able to move some of those. And this piston here, whatever's on it, is it a pump? I don't know what it is. But it was in a higher position. There was a cylinder, and we were able to lower it into position and lock it in position. I think it was this one. Either way, we can't move it anymore. Hopefully just one, just a nudge, if possible. Just a nudge. I'm obviously stuck. So... Okay, that's enough for now. So, just a nudge. Go to the room where the weights are stuck. Look at their position. And go to the room where you can lower and raise the weights. Try to match it. Cool. Alright. Okay, that makes a kind of sense. I won't pretend I thought of that. But way back when we got here, I was closer to thinking along those lines than I have been for a while. So, depending on the symmetry of all this, the farthest one from the door in the highest position, closest one to the door at about just above head height, and the one in the middle a little lower than head height. Grabbing it. Come on, I'm grabbing it. Which one is that? That's the one that's closest to the door, so we want that a little above head height. Come on. These are weird. Sometimes you grab it and they won't budge. Down a little more. Tiny bit more. I don't know how picky it is, but yeah. So that's about right for that one. See if I've even got the right idea about which one is which on this, which corresponds to which. Kind of forgotten. I need a refresher. The closest one was about head height. The middle one was below head height. The back one was higher up by the pipes. This one just needs to come down a tiny bit. Up there about pipe level, and then this one needs to come down below head height. Oh my god. Okay, I would not have likely figured that out. I was in I was closer to thinking about the corresponding weight heights when we got here, and then I hadn't even. That thought was long gone. Thank you. Thank you for the help with that. Okay. Into the sewer must first be drained. Well. Anything going on with the levers now? This thing's still locked, or do we now need to? It is, Eddie. We were just talking about it. We went back into the options and collaborated on re-establishing a brightness level. It really is supposed to be what you're seeing. Hey, look. The gear hose trying to climb too. We can see it turning now. With you, Tomalak. But I liked it where it added a lot more game and movie quotes to the bot. Now they take me by surprise now. We're putting them in more frequently. Don't you fucking die on me now, you adorable tosspot. I'm gonna take a break. Take our first break. We started a few minutes late, but I'm gonna stay on a sort of normal break schedule. I'll see you all back here in a few. Yeah, stay tuned. Get my light therapy and go feed the dogs. Be back here in 10.